if you look at the record, most of those are the NRM candidates, or NRM leaning candidates. Now, in this particular case, after the regime did everything possible to prevent our candidate at the time from winning, and he went on to win, we've seen an inordinate delay. They've taken so long to gazette him, and which, propelled us to come here today to find out, follow up. We've met with the Electoral Commission headed by Justice Byabakama, Mr. Byabakama, and they assured us that they are working on gazetting him. They have in fact said that for them they have already sent this information to UPPC, and that anytime. Unfortunately, they didn't give us a clear date because they said they are not the ones in charge of UPPC, but for them they said they've done their part and set the name. They also said that the reason why there has been a delay has been because of the violence and the issues that were encountered, that they were waiting for a report from the returning officer and all that. So anyway, the bottom line is that we told them that such actions bring question to citizens. The people of Uganda are asking themselves, why has it been very, very easy for NRM people to be sworn in as soon as they are elected? And yet, in the case of NUP, you see our candidate taking all this long, and the hurdles that we've encountered. I must also say that since the election, many of our polling agents have been arrested, they have been tortured. Some of them have been forced to implicate Honorable NALUKOOLA here, in electoral offences and all these other things. So some of those things we've also raised them to say that is a cause for concern from many people. They're asking themselves, first of all, you're dealing to gazette him and therefore have him sworn in, but also his agents are being arrested, picked up left, right, and center, being forced to sign affidavits which are not true, and all these other things that are happening. So this morning, someone has been picked from Kawempe, actually an assistant to our mayor there, and he was taken to one again about what transpired on election day. We have not seen the regime arrest its own officials who caused all the violence. The people who were commandeering JAT and who were bringing the members and who were beating up people. We haven't seen them to come up to say that these people have been arrested for creating chaos and for doing all these things. And yet they are picking up our people, trying to force them to implicate Honorable NALUKOOLA and these other things. So anyway, we put them on notice and ask them, all we want and what the people of Kawempe want is for their elected MP to begin performing his duties as commanded by the law.
All must be gazetted, and he must be sworn in as a member of parliament. And they cannot have a cause of action before gazettement of the results. Therefore, they cannot have a sustainable petition and or cause of action before courts of law, before gazetting the results. They have to file their petition within 30 days after gazettement. If the gazette is not there, should they file any petition, the same will be premature, it will be misconceived, and it will be thrown out of court in the preliminaries. Therefore, they should take the right path. We are not worried about any petition. We shall handle that, should they file the same. But all we demand is that the Electoral Commission must cause gazettement of the results and have me sworn in as the new member of parliament for Kawempe North constituency. We are wondering, indeed the other time I was telling General Museveni that he is basing on lies, deceit, misrepresentation from members of his party as regards the status at Kawempe North constituency. To confirm that, General Museveni get to know that those guys, those security operatives are arresting my former agents and supervisors. They are being coerced to append their signatures on affidavits which are intended to be based on in the impending petition by the National Resistance Movement. They are swimming in scarcity of evidence. They have no grounds upon which they can base that impending petition. And indeed, one councillor, Henry Bule of Chikaya, one of the secretaries on the local government of Kawempe division, was arrested, was abducted in the wee hours of the night. Why are they doing that if they have their own evidence? Saka William is also in the police custody at Kawempe police station. He's being tortured from there. He's being coerced by operatives in your government, General Museveni. They are forcing him to append his signature on the affidavit they intend to use in the petition which is about to be filed by Nambi. Sincerely, that is wrong. Time has come for Uganda to have an enhancement of democracy. You must accept, in case we gave you a bloody nose in the recent by-election, we are calling upon you to do the rightful thing. Order all those armed men and women to go back to their barracks and stop brutalizing Ugandans, especially those in Kawempe North constituency. Our voice to the Electoral Commission has been heard. They have promised us that the Gazette will be out soon, that they have already sent the document which is intended to be published. So in the near future, if the Gazette is not out, we shall inform you when we are to visit the headquarters of UPPC to ask them why it is taking snail's pace to have the Gazette effected. I thank you.
Requested and the commission has met them this morning and briefed them on the steps that are being taken to conclude the processes relating to publishing and gazetting results. And we've told them that we are on course and this is being handled by us. And they've left with those assurances. So the rest of the conversations had to do with still post-election issues, and we think that they'll be hearing from us because we're in touch. There's a very, there's an open line of communication, so there's no need to suspect ill motive from our stakeholders, and that's the assurance we've given this morning, and that's all I have to say about it. Yeah.